All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, another WNBA video. What is this? 5 days in a row? 5 videos in a row? I think so, right? Four, five? No, it's five. Like five, something like five. Anyway, WNBA is popping right now. NBA Summer League has concluded, so all my focus has been on the WNBA. We had some games last night. We had the Indiana Fever going to New York to play the Liberty, and we had the Dream going out from Atlanta to Las Vegas to play the Aces. We're going to talk about those two games a little bit. There's not too much to decipher from the first one, the Fever versus Liberty, but we will talk about it. So if you like what I have to say, like the video. If you have your own opinions, comment it down below. And just like the vibes, consider subscribing. All right, let's get into this one. This one's going to be very straightforward. This Liberty versus Indiana Fever game, very straightforward. The Liberty got the win 98 to the Indiana Fever's 84. Caitlin Clark did not play this game. Brianna Turner did not play this game. But on the Liberty side, they got Jonquel Jones back after missing 9 games. Um, Nara Sabali did not play this game. She was like the stand-in for Jonquel. Jonquel came back this game and was a big factor in the Liberty winning this game. Now, to get something off my mind, straight off the top here. The New York Liberty won this game because the Fever simply did not have enough. Um, they just they didn't have enough firepower. And something that was so blasphemous to me that I heard on the broadcast was Rebecca Lobo, who covers a lot of these primetime games with Ryan Rucco, said, and I quote, "This Fever team without Clayton Clark is just a playoff team." And I simply do not think that's true. I think this team is really bad without Caitlin Clark. Considering a lot of the matchups they would have to go up against include a dominant forward front court that the Liberty have in spades, but like what the Liberty have is literally on like steroids, like literally just on like another level. They have Brianna Stewart, they have Jonquel Jones, um, they have Isabella Harrison who played really good last night. Um, they usually have Nara Sabali, um, and yeah, my thing about this Fever team and why that statement was just so crazy to me was because watching this team and watching them try to operate without Caitlin Clark, there was a narrative forming that this team was better without Caitlin Clark. That's simply not true. You can win a couple games without your star player. That's a good sign. That's a good start. But the team is built around the star, and then when the star is out for an extended period of time, the cracks in the armor start to show. Going through some of the numbers from last night. Natasha Howard, 13 points, three steals, 6 rebounds. Aaliyah Boston, 15 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, 5 turnovers. Fouled out with 6 fouls. I'm very disappointed in this game from her. Kelsey Mitchell, 29 points, 3 personal fouls, 3 turnovers, 2 steals, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. Sophie Cunningham, 15 looking a lot better. Um, Post All Star weekend. Um, had, let's see, 1 steal, 5 of 8 from three, really good stuff. The best shooter on the team last night, Ari McDonald, 5 points, disappointed in her performance as well. And then Lexi Hull off the bench, 7 points, 2 of 6 from three. I want to dive into this just a little bit because I don't want to drag this on too much because it is the first game after the All Star weekend, and it is one of the many games that have been without Kane Clark for a while now. Um, Aaliyah Boston gets absolutely babied by like veteran bigs like Jonquel Jones, who had 18 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, 3 of 7 from three, 5 of 13 overall from field goal. That actually is a lot worse than I thought it was. Um, she's good. She just gets bullied, and I think where Aaliyah Boston's talent lies is actually playing like Jonquel Jones. Like when I imagine Aaliyah Boston in her prime, she's only in like what, year 3. I imagine Aaliyah Boston playing like Jonquel Jones, and Jonquel was pulling out all the veteran big stuff, just all the tricks in the book, and Aaliyah still hasn't really learned those tricks or how to counter those tricks. And what this team suffered from, and why the Indiana Fever didn't win this game, was because they had nobody who had a move inside of a move inside of a move. Somebody who was a real creator. Um, you would say, well, Kelsey Mitchell's that. I saw Kelsey Mitchell get locked up by Natasha Cloud about 4 times in crunch time when the Fever could have brought the lead down to 5. I saw her get locked up by Cloud. I saw her throw up crazy shots that she should not be taking, and therein lies the problem of like this team without Caitlin Clark does not have any creators, like anybody who actually like has a move set inside of a move set inside of a move set. It's astonishing because again, this team is built around Caitlin Clark. So when Caitlin Clark's 100%, you don't need to have another creator. Caitlin Clark's your sole creator. She's your sole superstar. She's your sole star on this team. So everybody else can just feed off her. When she's not there, this team looks very, very ugly. Aaliyah Boston had a couple good moments, but it was literally pick your poison for the Liberty, where they were like, "Oh, we're gonna stop them going for the paint." They stopped them going in the paint. They wanted to stop them shooting threes. They stopped them shooting threes. It was literally just some of the most dominating and like forceful, like just oh, you want to do that? We'll let you do it for like a quarter, and then next quarter we're gonna stop it, and then they stopped it, and it was just constant like, oh, okay, this that. You want to do that? Nope, 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 and they would just get stopped. Um, Overall, as a team, they shot 10 of 33 from three. The Fever did, and 31 of 74. So that accounts for 41% from field goal and 30% from three as a team. And it was an ugly game, and it got really ugly at times. And you could see Caitlin Clark sitting on the bench, and you'd see her like be watching, and then she'd like slam her, not slam, but like punch the chair, like, damn, this New York Liberty team is kicking our butts right now. To talk about the Liberty and the performance they had as a team, because the team didn't. This is always the thing with this Liberty team when I watch them specifically. It's like it's never one person on this team, and somebody can have a bad game. And Sabrina Ionescu had a bad game up until like the last. What would that be like? Well, I guess like the start of like the fourth. So like, would that be like 6 7 minutes? 6 7 minutes in the fourth, she was on fire. Um, and then the last couple minutes, obviously everybody subbed out, and so we don't count that. But like 6 7 minutes, she was on fire. She had 13, 3 of 6 from three. All of those threes came, I think, in the fourth. 5 of 15 overall from field goal. Natasha Cloud 10, um, 2 steals, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. Really good defense from Natasha Cloud. Looking a lot more comfortable on this Liberty team. Jonquel Jones 18, like we talked about. Leone Fibic 17, uh, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and Brianna Stewart 17 points, 3 steals, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, 3 turnovers, 1 block. Did not hit a three. Her three ball has absolutely disappeared this season, and I don't know if it will return for an extended period of time. She might have a game where she gets like 3 or 4 of them, but I don't know if it's going to return at a consistent basis because you're this deep in the season. I'm not sure it's ever going to come back, and it might. I want it to be back, and when I say come back, like I need like a month straight where you're shooting the ball well. I don't want to see 1 or 2 games. Woohoo! You've made a couple threes. I need to see like all put together. Off the bench for them, Isabel Harrison, 13 points, in 17 minutes, 2 steals, 5 rebounds. Really, really incredible stuff from her. Surprise of the game. If you put money on her for this game, congratulations. Um, but overall, this game was tough. It was tough for a lot of reasons because you could see the Fever in moments had stretches of where they could put together like hit 2 threes in a row, get Aaliyah Boston in an action, hitting a mid range shot, hitting something in the paint. You could see Kelsey Mitchell getting downhill, getting into the lane, getting a great layup, getting an and one. And they would have these stretches where they would expose the Liberty's defense, and then when they really locked in, when they had all their players in, especially towards the end of the game, they were unstoppable. They were really, really unstoppable, and it was really amazing to watch. And for a couple moments in this game, I as somebody I'm a fan of Sabrina Eskew. I've been following her since her days in Oregon, so I have no I have no like real like hate towards any of these teams. But I'm more of a Fever fan, I would say now, more than a Liberty fan. And I'm more of a Sabrina Eskew fan than I am a Caitlin Clark fan. And that sort of dynamic I have going on. And it was just so frustrating to watch this as somebody who wants the Fever to win the game and be like, damn, these guys are really too good. Like they're really good. And it's frustrating how good they are because you try to think what team, even when some of their players play bad, and I've said this almost all year, Brianna Stewart hasn't shot the three ball well. It's a bad season for her. Like, right? Like maybe like passing wise and like defensive wise, it's a bit better of a season, but offensively, it's a worse season for her. Sabrina Ionescu, not playing her best, playing probably at standard, like just the bare standard. Natasha Cloud wasn't really finding her groove, and now she's found it. We'll see what these next couple weeks bring for her. Jonquel Jones has been out, and all these things going on within the season. The Liberty still have managed to be 6-16, and they're 11-2 at home. With all these things going on, just sliding pieces in and out. And speaking of pieces, um, they the rich get richer. The Liberty get richer. Um, it was announced yesterday, before yesterday's game, that Emma Misseman, I believe that's how you say it, is heading back to the WNBA, signing with the New York Liberty on Monday. Big news for the league and the defending champs. She was a huge part in the Washington Mystics run in, what was that, 2019, where she won Finals MVP. I remember watching that series, and she was electric. She was really good. Um, she's played professionally in Belgium, obviously in the WNBA. She's been away from the WNBA for a little while now. She's 32. She hasn't played in the league since 2022, so it's been a while. Um, she won Eurobasket MVP, the tournament MVP for her Belgian team, and yeah, the rich get richer, man. This signing reminded me of when like the Warriors would get somebody back in the day. Like I'm trying to think of like a comparison of somebody who the Warriors got. You know what? It's not mid-season, but this sort of reminds me of like Sean Livingston on the Warriors, where it's like it's an older player, hasn't been around, been in and out the league, been to the G League, what was it, the D League at the time, fighting for a spot in the league, left the league for a little bit, and then finally found a team that really liked him, really needed their skill. And I think um, if we click on Emma Missima here, um, and we look at her stats, um, look at her stats here real quick. Um, for her career, her best season is here in 2017, where um, oh no, it's 2016. Pardon me. Yeah, 2016. 15 points, one steal, two assists, five rebounds, 44% from three, um, free throw 80, and as for a career, she averages 11 points, five rebounds, two assists, one steal, almost a block a game, and one turnover a game. So that's what the Liberty are getting, and the Liberty will be their third team. Will be her third team in her career in the WNBA. Now, moving on to the other game that happened last night, the Liberty, well, not the Liberty, the Las Vegas Aces, double L's. The Las Vegas Aces, my Aces, won against the Atlanta Dream, 87 to the Dreams, 72. Um, Back in the winning column, above 500 for the first time in a minute. And we won't dive too deep into the numbers here. I'm obviously gonna go through them, but this was an all-out effort from this. I'm gonna say Liberty because I talked about them first. This Las Vegas Aces team, um, because it was smart defense. I haven't seen the Las Vegas Aces play this smart of defense in a long time, and it was a matchup that could have gone either way. The Dream were the bigger team; they had a bigger front court. Was it Brittany Griner and Brianna Jones front court, which is always dangerous. They're dangerously good in the sense of like I didn't think they'd be good this early in the season as a team, but as a collective, as a group, I didn't think they'd be this good. But those two in particular in the front court is always scary, especially when you're a smaller team like the Aces, when you only have like Asia Wilson, Melissa Smith, um, uh, Megan Gustafson, Kia Stokes. Those are your only big bodies. You have four big bodies on the roster, right? And two of those are really needed in Melissa Smith and Asia Wilson. Um, you you saw a lot in this game where they would hard double. They would bring the double immediately, and when somebody caught it in the paint, if it was opportune, um, they would not even let the ball touch Brittany Griner's hands or Brianna Jones' hands. They would just wouldn't let them get in their motion and get in their progressions to work Melissa Smith, to work Asia Wilson, to work any of the other bigs. The guards are really helping out, poking, getting balls loose in the lane, getting steals, making it tough for them for the opposing guards to even get the ball into the bigs. It was really smart defense, and it was some of the better coaching I've seen from Becky Hammon this year. To go through the Las Vegas Aces numbers here, just the big ones. Asia Wilson, 24 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Melissa Smith, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals. Asia Wilson was 9 of 18 from field goal. Melissa Smith was 5 of 7, made 1 3. Jackie Young, 14 points, 7 assists, 2 steals, 4 rebounds. And off the bench, Dana Evans caught fire. I think that was in the second or the third. 14 points, um, 1 of 3 from three, 5 of 9 overall, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and that's really all the Aces needed. They did it on the defensive end. They made it really hard for the for the Dream, and it was a pleasure to watch. I actually was not like worried about watching the Aces after like the first quarter because like, oh, I see what they're doing. This is great. This is exactly what you need to do because it could have gone completely the other way. You could have tried to play Brianna and Brittany straight up, and it would have turned into a disaster. Because Brittany did have some moments where it looked too easy for her, as it usually does, because she's like six whatever. She's like 6'10" or whatever, 6'9", and she would just hook it over. She would do a little shake, do a little shimmy, put it in the basket. That could have been the whole game, but it wasn't for um, the Dream. And the Dream struggled this game without Ryan Howard, who was dealt a left knee injury, a pre All Star weekend. She's still not back. They're sort of adjusting to that. They've been on a roll this season. I mean, they're 13-10 on the season, but they're pretty high up there in the standings, all things considered, and they've exceeded my expectations as a team. But to run through these numbers real quick, Alicia Gray, 24 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 5 turnovers. Again, see this they would get in the lane. The Aces were not letting the ball get to the bigs. Jordan Canada, 12 points, 5 turnovers, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. Um, who else we got here? Brittany Griner, 9, um, 4 rebounds. Damn, that's crazy. And I forgot to mention that the Aces were group rebounding. Guards were flying in. The bigs were just tapping the balls out, trying to not let Brianna and Brittany get a second look at it. I forgot to mention that. It's really huge for the reason why the Aces won this game. Brianna Jones 7, 4 assists, 1 block, 1 steal, 5 rebounds. Um, just an overall a competitive performance from the Dream, but again, I think Becky Hammond had these guys ready. They had them coach. She had them coached up. They knew what they wanted to do and they executed it. And that's one of the biggest things in any sport is you can talk about a game plan, we can speculate what they're gonna do, we can watch the tape, but actually going out there and doing it is amazing. And my ace is back in the winning column. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, and we covered everything. Just a quick little video, a little 20-minute video for you guys. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. NBA content will resume tomorrow. There's some little stuff I want to talk about that I've been holding off on, just because we had WNBA All Star Weekend. We had these games right after, like one day off, and then we had games yesterday, Tuesday. You guys got a video on Monday that was pre-recorded. If you want to check that out, put a card in the top right corner. Just click it; it'll take you to the video. It's about the CBA. It's about the future of the WNBA. Is there going to be a lockout? All that stuff. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys next time. Cheers.